Palloff presses. So these are awesome for your core, really working that control, the breath, getting those obliques firing. It's just such a great exercise. I'm going to give you a couple of options depending on what equipment you have at home. You can use one of these long sort of thermo bands. These are awesome for it. I'll give you an option with one of the small loop bands. These aren't as great, but you can make it work if you really need to. But ideally you would have one of these handled bands that can be attached to the door. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to attach the band to the door at about waist height. You want to use quite a thick band. So this is the 50-pound band. And you are going to want to come away from the door. Start with a lighter band to begin with so you get the movement and then build up to the thicker band. You need to be away from the door far enough that you're going to pull the band to be in front of you. And you should feel like the band is pulling you to twist, okay, like this. And what you're aiming to do is to keep your body straight ahead so you're resisting that twist. It's an anti-rotational exercise and you want to hold it more with the hand furthest away from the door versus pulling it this way, okay? Because we're resisting that turn. Okay, so both hands are going to be in here, most of the weight on that furthest one. And on an exhale, you're going to pull up the pelvic floor, pull up that belly button, and push forward with the handles without allowing this to happen, okay? So we want it to go straight ahead of us. You should feel that as your arms go out, you're being even more pulled towards the door, okay? And that's what we're using our core for, to keep that anti-rotational push on us, okay? We're pushing out with an exhale, really working our core. You're going to do 10 on each side and 2 sets of it. So 10 this way, then you're going to turn around and do 10 to the other direction, so you're working both sides. Now, if you don't have one of these bands, let's have a look at how you can use the other bands if you have a door handle. So the next best one would be one of these long bands here. You can hook it around a door handle and then shut the door. You may need to lock it as well, depending on the type of door you have. Ideally, you would be using the side of the door that doesn't open out to you, so that you're pulling the door closed versus pulling it open. You're going to, again, bring that band away from the door so that you're being pulled towards the door, and then it's the same movement from this position here, okay? So exactly the same, you just don't have handles, and you're using the doorknob on the other side of the door for holding the band in place. You may need to go into a semi-squat position to get it low enough though, if you are taller than I am. All right, then, if you don't have one of these but did get the loop bands, you can do the same thing. You're going to need to use one of the lightest loop bands though. You can hook it around the door handle again, shut the door, lock it. Now, because they are so small, you will need to come pretty close into the door to get the same movement. It's not as good, but it will do at a pinch because it will still cause the anti-rotational to happen, okay? So those are the 3 different options you can use. Ideally, the band attached to the door. Second, the long thermo band. Like, guys, these are only a couple of bucks, so you can go out and get one of these. Or if you need to, you can use that loop band.